Hi, I'm Heather from Booktubes, and today is going to be making fun of some book talk recommendations. So I know it's kind of clickbaity, but let me explain a few things, right? I like TikTok, I like book talk. I personally have not yet had great success with any of the books I've picked up specifically because of book talk, but I do see plenty of books recommended that I know that I love. So I'm not in any way being like book talk is trash or any of these things. These are specific TikToks where I just read how they were recommending the book, you know, whether it's an excerpt or whatever. I was just like, no, like, why would you do that to recommend your book? I don't understand the choice that you made, because you're being like, oh, this is so romantic, or this is a dark romance. Again, I like dark romance. I like psychopaths. I like jealous, possessive, over-the-top alphas. Like, I like these things. So this is not like an outsider like making fun of it. This is stuff that I like, and I was still just like, but not this choice. These are all ones where the way that they're recommending the book makes the main character or the hero or the love interest sound like less than a basic human decency type of person. Like, complete trash. Why are you with them? And so we're gonna make fun of them. And if you want to hang out for that, cool. I'm not gonna put it on the screen or anything. I'm not trying to show the user or the author or the book or any of those things, but I personally think it's really bad. All right, here we go. Other disclaimer. One, I'm going to be swearing in this video, which I usually don't do in my videos. So if you are watching with your kids or whatever at work, this is going to be a little bit more explicit. And then also I wanted to give a couple of content warnings because there's a couple of these where it's miscarriage or ableism. So no, I will let you know before the actual ones that I do that, and I will try to have it on the screen. Editing's not always conducive to that, but I will try to have it on the screen for those particular ones, but do know that those are going to show up, but I will give you a warning, okay? Here we go. When he's a ruthless businessman who hates your bubbly personality, but then sees you in a two-piece on the beach. So he's not a good person. He doesn't like you. He thinks you're annoying, but you are hot enough to bang. So romance hero material. Just because he saw you in a bikini and was like, I'd do that, does not mean that you should give him the chance. No, absolutely not. Imagine going to the same party as your ex and his new wife. She ends up pushing him in the river. He can't swim. Everyone turns to you to do CPR since you used to be a nurse. You stare down at his lifeless face, remembering how bad he hurt you. Your date looks at you. It doesn't matter what he did to you. You need to be who you are, and you need to do it now. Number one, you're in public with witnesses. You can't just let him die without probably facing some consequences. Secondly, this is a medical emergency, and you were a medical professional. I'm pretty sure the fact that they broke your heart, while it might be like a reason not to treat them at a hospital, if you're the only medical personnel on scene, I feel like that's not a good reason to just let them die in front of you. The fact that rather than snapping into action and doing CPR, you're just like looking at him as he lays dying, you're like, man, I don't know, you hurt me pretty bad when you broke up with me. I don't know if I should literally save your life, but not just that, but your new date is like, doesn't matter that I hurt you. You need to be who you are. You're a healer. You're the type of person that helps even. It's literally life or death. It's a medical emergency. It doesn't matter what type of person you are. If you have the knowledge and the skills to save their life, you're supposed to do it. Oh, it's so dumb. When My new bestie slaps me across the face and everyone else is looking at me like I've done something wrong. I find out that I've been marked. First of all, are they like actually your bestie? And remember, I'm just going off of what you put in your TikTok. I'm not giving you the benefit of the doubt. I'm not reading the synopsis. I'm not looking at the cover. I'm not reading anything else about it. We're going based off of your TikTok. So it's kind of giving like victim blaming here, but also, why is your friend slapping you because you're going to be mated to someone? Like, I'm getting that that is the context. Very odd behavior. Very odd behavior. And why is that what you would do to try and sell your book? If that's actually your friend, they're a terrible human being. And everyone else is a terrible human being too, because why are they looking at you like that if you didn't even have a choice? No. Toxic behavior. All right, content warning for ableism. When your ex uses your brain injury to embarrass you in front of the Major League Baseball team you work with, but when you go to leave, the Playboy pitcher grabs your hand. Nothing he could say would ever make me want you less. Number one, you are at work. One can only assume that you are capable of doing your job, and that's why you're there doing it instead of being out on medical leave. The actual like human trash you have to be to mock someone for their brain injury to try and embarrass them. And also, is this not like a HR violation? Is this not like a thing that you could report? Like, literally everyone should be responding to him like, that is disgusting behavior. What is your problem? But it's not that. It's not that. It's not that he was a bad person for trying to mock you for your brain injury. It's that the hot Playboy still finds you attractive. Great. So bad. When the mob boss walks you home, him, invite me up for coffee. That's what ladies do, right? You. I wouldn't know. I'm not a lady. Slams door. Epic comeback. Epic comeback. Wow. Just inspiring material, really. Your characters sound dumb as fuck, so know that. That's my opinion. This is one of the ones that inspired me to make this one because I kept seeing it in different TikToks because the author keeps like using the same promo. I just find this one to be incredibly dumb. When her captors think she'll never fight back since she's known as the sweet, gentle princess until the villain she loves bursts in the door, but she doesn't cry for help. She triggers his curse of bloodlust by shouting all the things they tried to do, then smiles as her love lifts his battle axe and unalives everyone standing between them. In other TikToks of this one, she's like chained to the bed, right? Number one. I have so many issues. Number one, just because you're a quiet, sweet personality doesn't mean you're just going to go along with being kidnapped, tortured, and killed without like a fight back. What does your personality type have to do with self-preservation? It doesn't. Secondly, they think she won't fight back, right? Because she's sweet. She doesn't fight back. All she does is tattletale. When the cavalry comes, she's like, yeah, they were gonna do this. That's literally the only contribution that she has. She's just tattletaling, which like, yeah, more power to her. I'm not saying like, oh, it's fine. But you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything, and you should have. I don't know. And then one can only assume that if you were going to rescue your significant other and she was like chained to a bed and there were warriors between you and them, you would probably try to incapacitate them anyways so that you could actually do the rescue, which is why you're there. So why she needed to trigger his curse and his bloodlust to get him to be able to get to her is a mystery. And if he's not like strong enough without the bloodlust, then shouldn't he have probably triggered it before walking into the room with multiple armed warriors? I don't know. But all I'm saying is, one, one, your personality does not mean that you're just okay with being captured. And two, you didn't do anything. They didn't think you'd fight back and you did nothing. You were just a snitch. Congratulations. Content warning for Miscarriage. After I caught the love of my life with another girl on his lap and his tongue down her throat, I asked him why. His emotionless response was because it was time to move on to someone else. Weeks later, after I left my hometown with a broken heart, I almost died from blood loss from a miscarriage. That's the entire thing to recommend their book. That's the entire thing. So first of all, I don't know if my dude was trying to like save her from something by breaking it off with her and that was like a calculated response on his part. But if you don't know, like miscarriage can occur because of stress, either physical, emotional, mental, like your body gets rid of it because it's a drain on resources that it does not have to give. And that is not in any way saying that if you were really stressed and you had a miscarriage, it's your fault. It's not like that, but what I am saying is that it can be part of the cause. Everything with pregnancy is very luck of the draw. Like there's so many possibilities. One person could go through this and it is pregnancy ending. Another person can go through it and be perfectly fine. It just, like none of it is our fault, right? But it's very traumatic when it happens. So one, the fact that you're promoting your book by using the miscarriage as a conflict is gross to me. It just is. But then secondly, that's a very difficult thing to come back from. That's a very difficult thing to come back from when you really blame the other person for it. I don't like it. Like immediately no, I'm not reading this book. Ma boss, I bet you $100 you bite when you fuck. You. And I bet you $100 you're hard right now. Him throws 4 $20 bills at your feet. Now, for those of you who are not good at math, 4 $20 bills is $20, $40, $60, $80. It is not $100. First of all, the banter was so dumb, like cringe. But then on top of that, you did the math wrong. If you're gonna include math in your promo, at least get it right. My God, woman. Your jerk ex heard you were dating someone new. He didn't realize it's your fake boyfriend. So some of his jerk friends swing by to send you a message. First of all, already toxic, disgusting behavior. Am I right? And the second one of them raises a hand at you, your fake boyfriend loses it. Things don't seem so fake anymore when he growls. Not a hand on her, scumbag. Don't fucking touch her. Okay, here's where I take issue. Why does it matter that he's your fake boyfriend? If he is any sort of decent human being at all, he is not going to just stand there and watch some other guy assault you in front of him. With like, his relationship to you should have nothing to do with his disgust or intervention in this situation. Like, he could have never seen you before. He could think that you were the least attractive person he has ever seen, and he still should step in to stop you from being assaulted if he is physically capable of doing so. Like, the fact that he likes you and or is dating you and or has feelings for you should have nothing to do with the fact that he's not going to literally watch a man hit you. Like, doesn't seem so fake anymore. I mean, I'm glad he stopped it, but that doesn't mean he has feelings for you. That means that he's not actual human scum. Congratulations. Content warning for ableism. When she's alone with the Scar General and he tries to intimidate her, but instead of being scared, she notices he keeps touching the scar on his face. So she says, At least my face wouldn't scare the crows out of an orchard. For me personally, mocking someone's appearance especially for something that they are clearly insecure about, right? He's touching the scar on his face, and it is a thing that some people will obviously mock him for or find him not attractive for, which is disgusting ableist behavior, but it is a prevalent thing in society, right? For you to think that your banter should be mocking that thing when they are, one, not in a place where he's going to be in on the joke, and two, he's clearly uncomfortable about it. And the tagline on this TikTok is, "Am I the only one who loves a petty as fuck female main character?" Your female main character is not petty and is not doing banter. She's a gross human being who is being ableist to someone for no reason. For no reason. If you want to be clever, mock him for something else. His sword work. I don't know. Maybe he's bad at archery. Maybe he's great at archery, but you're going to pretend like he's bad at it. But you do not mock the thing that he can't change about his appearance. That's never funny. It's never good. Don't do it. Don't mock people's physical appearance. Hate you already. When he finds her cowering in the closet in his enemy's home and gives her an ultimatum, either stay in the closet while I burn down this house or come with me and be mine. Burn alive or be in a relationship with me. That is just a touching romantic gesture. Yes, I'm thrilled, sir. Sweep me off my feet. You go to buy lingerie for your wedding night to New York City's richest bachelor when you realize everyone is staring down their noses at you because you're a nobody. Moments later, the manager attacks you, accusing you of stealing, unaware of who you are. They call the police and things start getting really out of hand. So you call your future husband's best friend and lawyer. He shows up moments later, saving you and threatening lawsuits. No fucking joke. Like, no shit, Sherlock. You can't just do this. Threatening lawsuits against everyone involved when they realize you're the future wife of Maverick Jones, CEO and ruthless billionaire. Number one, why was the manager attacking you? Like, I get that you're trying to have a pretty woman moment in your book, but this just doesn't feel realistic. It doesn't feel realistic. And if it was realistic, then it would probably be based in racism. And I don't know that that is true, but I just don't see that this happening. Like, you're not going to know the face and name of everyone who can afford your products. It just seems unlikely that this would be the reaction. Were you there in basketball shorts? I'm so confused. What made them think that you would not be a legitimate customer? And then it's not till the police are there that you're calling your lawyer? Sister in Christ, your fiance is a billionaire. You have resources at your fingertips. This, dumb. And he gets on his knees before you to ask you to forgive him, but you don't believe him. So he spreads your legs and lets you take control for the first time ever. If you can't trust him and he messed up and you can't forgive him and you can't believe him, that's a lot of problems with your relationship that cannot be fixed by getting your way during sex. That's not a solution. This is dumb. This is not healthy, okay? I cannot stand when the hero is just like doing things that arguably the main character should be upset about, and or regardless of whether she should be upset about it, she is upset about it, right? And the solution is that he kisses you silly or he sleeps with you. That doesn't fix your relationship issues. You can have a good time. You can have a very good time, and those problems are still there on the other side. This one is so weird. When she says she's pregnant and he stills, immediately territorial. Is he going to take you away from me? Her heart breaks for the little boy inside him who doesn't understand the love of a mother. It's a different kind of love, Max. I'm sorry, he's jealous of his unborn son? That's not going to be a good co-parenting situation. You all need to figure some stuff out. And I understand that not everyone has good parents. Like, obviously we understand this type of trauma, right, exists. But you think that your unborn child is going to be the issue? And that's how you're marketing your book? Okay. When you fell in love with your bodyguard and finally let your guard down, only to be kidnapped by his ex-girlfriend, who plays a recording of him telling her she's just a job, she doesn't mean anything. Number one, sounds like that was at the beginning when it was just a job. Number two, the ex-girlfriend is psycho enough to kidnap you to give you this information, and your response is, oh no, he never really loved me, I should break up with him. Get a grip, woman. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I said I was not interested in my husband before I started dating him. Clearly I changed my mind. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand these types of conflicts. Like, she's literally unhinged. She kidnapped you to tell you this, and she clearly wants your man back. And you're just gonna be like, oh no, he never loved me. When they're in the middle of having fun and she whispers, oh my God, Enzo, I hate these. He responds, my name and God's don't belong in the same sentence. One is holy and the other is depraved. Guess which one I am. Man, if I had $1 for every time the hero is like, my name's not God, that's not my name. Why are you saying, oh my God, that's not who I am? Oh my God, no, nothing I'm about to do to you is holy. If I had $1 for every time, oh, so many books. And it's just so unoriginal and pointless and stupid. If a man, if I said, oh my God, during sex, and a man was like, that's not my name, or God's name doesn't belong here, I'd be like, what the frick? Like, what type of weird shit are you on? Go away. You have killed my mood. Goodbye, sir. When you try to give him ground rules, these are text messages. We need some ground rules. What exactly did you have in mind? No more showing up at the condo unannounced. Veto. No more lunchtime dick appointments in your office. Veto. No more stalking me. Veto. No more unprotected sex. Veto. Dom, you can't veto every rule. Veto. If you're trying to set boundaries and they won't listen to you, I don't care if it's a dark romance or not. That's not good. Like, I like my dark romances where the hero is obsessed with her and is willing to listen to her in some aspects, at least. And listen, as someone who has gone through multiple pregnancies, you are not going to get me pregnant if I don't want to get pregnant and me find that attractive. We had a guest. Anyways, as someone who has been pregnant multiple times, it is not fun and it is life-threatening and you can have untold amount of complications. No one should force that on you, fictionally or not. And listen, I have read books where there's like a forced pregnancy and I was into it, but the way that this is marketed does not work for me. When the asshole billionaire you're being forced to marry thinks he's entitled to all of you, even your V card. I could take you right here, right now, and no one would say a thing. You peer around at all of your father's friends. He's right, you're just a pawn. Your fiance smirks, then I don't know if he's going to say something that changes the tone of the scene, right? Or if this is the tone of the scene. But if you are the type of person who is willing to watch someone else be assaulted and or raped in front of you and not put a stop to it, yeah, you're dead to me. I have read those books and I cannot get into it because I literally just want to beat everyone in the entire room or in the entire motorcycle club or whatever it might be and just be like, yeah, you're not romance hero material, my dude. You're a terrible person and you deserve to be in prison. and or dead. Either or works for me personally. Content warning for Miscarriage. My fiance was given the choice between marrying me and co-starring in a blockbuster film. He left me at the altar, pregnant and crying in my wedding dress. I spent our wedding night in the ER having a miscarriage. I hate actors, and I especially hate Jace Larson, the A-list actor who gave my ex his big break. I mean, it kind of sounds to me like you should hate your ex because he sounds like the terrible human being. And also, why was he given a choice between marrying you and filming? Like, what did that have to do with each other? Obviously, he could have stayed for the wedding because he was at the altar. Well, guess who just wandered into my cupcake shop and said he's staying? Okay, just because that guy gave your ex his break doesn't mean that he's actually morally bankrupt. Your ex was a douchebag. But the fact that he was the one, like, running the movie doesn't actually make him a bad person. Feels like misplaced anger. Feels like those girls who are mad at the other woman instead of being mad at their man who's cheating on them. Like, your man's the problem. Be mad at him. Your brother's best friend crawls into the bed you're sleeping in, drunk. You hate him. You try to sneak away, but he presses you against him. Where are you going? Somewhere you're not. Snappy banter. He holds you tighter. That would defeat the purpose of me coming in here. I don't think that your brother's friend being drunk and invading your personal space and possibly trying to assault you is cute. I don't, sorry. You're rushing to escape your brother's best friend's house after a party, so you pull on the first shirt you can find, not realizing it's his football jersey. Oh no! He corners you in the hallway, eyes darkening with temptation as he looks you over. He says, first of all, eyes darkening with temptation plays into purity culture and rape culture and is gross but cool. Temptation. You wear a player's jersey like that, you suck his cock. That's the rule. Then he, no it's not. No it's not. No it freaking is not. Wearing a shirt doesn't give consent. Like, choke on a pitchfork. I don't care, but no. When you try to forget the best one-night stand you've ever had because he's a notorious heartbreaker, but he shows up at your work event wearing a tux with your bitch boss on his arm just to get a reaction out of you. But she is jealous when his eyes are all over you and tries to belittle you in front of him until he orders her to back the fuck off. The next day, he shows up at your office with one thing on his mind: you. So your plan to make her jealous was to take someone that she hates and who has power over her in her workplace to use her to get jealous, and you thought that would go well? You thought that would go well? Because let me tell you, bud, I am not even like into groveling like that. I largely am not a huge fan of a grovel because I prefer a conversation rather than just like begging for forgiveness and them not giving it. But if you use someone I hate and whom is the bane of my existence because I have to deal with them every day at work, if you use them to try to prove your point, I am not going to forgive you like anytime soon. That's no thank you. This is why mama always films when daddy's home. And your enemy wants to teach you a lesson. He takes you out on a boat, dives in the water, and disappears. Already not a fan of this one. Already not a fan. That's not how you teach someone a lesson. You're being a jerk. But you are afraid of water and just lost all of your family. So you are going through it. You are in the grieving process. You have been through some trauma. And this is what he wants to do. You scream his name, but he is gone. You have a panic attack and break down crying. No joke. Obviously. What did you think was gonna happen? Hey, look at me. Your enemy is back on the boat, but you refuse to. Embarrassed. Why are you embarrassed by your trauma response? He's the one in the wrong here, not you for having a reaction to it. He gets down on his knees in front of you and his hands gently cup your face, tilting it up. Your eyes are full of tears. His are worried when you meet his gaze. You are fine, Petal, he whispers. I'm right here. And your heart beats like crazy when the man who hated you for years kisses your forehead and wraps his arms around you. Just because he tried to comfort you afterwards does not undo what he just did. Like, this is not making up for it. This is garbage behavior, and someone should dress him down. Let me have words with him for you, because I will. When you're a plus-size computer nerd and find out your perfect work husband is actually a dangerous mafia boss. I'm sorry, what type of mafia boss has time to moonlight as a computer nerd at their company? Like, I know she's the computer nerd, but what type of mafia boss has time for that? So, him leaving for a party by himself instead of waiting for his new wife just to upset her. Okay, so you're already a trash human being. This is not how you work a relationship. I am already mad at you. I'm staying home. To be honest, I'm reading a book. Her walking into the party by herself, wearing a revealing dress and making him instantly regret leaving without her. Wow. Wow. Fascinating. When your grumpy boss suddenly calls you out at a team meeting because he sees you talking to your ex and he's jealous. He looks at you, his dark eyes glistening with anger, and says, Miss Williams, I want you to sit beside me. And then he hauls your chair beside his in front of everyone in the office. If you were embarrassing me in front of our coworkers at work, you're not climbing back out of that hole, my dude. That is not correct behavior. Absolutely not. Save it for private. You are not embarrassing me in front of people, and I'm just not gonna respond. Like, no. She's offered a promotion to be PA to the CEO who's obsessed with her. Believing it to be a manipulation, she storms into his meeting, your office, right now. Okay, again, you're at work. What is wrong with you people? He follows, smirking infuriatingly, and she snaps. You can ram your promotion right up your ass. I'd rather clean public toilets with my tongue than work under you. You're offered a promotion at work, and just because you think that the boss is using it to try and make you be close to him, that's your response? You're at work. I do not understand what you think you're doing, but I feel like mistakes are being made. When a billionaire who is your favorite regular customer at the cafe finds you hurt on the street, he takes you to the hospital and pretends to be your fake husband. Why were the nurses calling you my husband? You told me you don't own insurance and the nurses assumed I was your husband. Do people understand how much money a billionaire has? Like, I could understand him maybe lying that he's her husband to be given like medical updates on her because they can't just tell people who aren't related updates. Like, that makes sense. But telling them you're her husband so she can have the medical insurance? You're a billionaire. I don't understand how to tell you how much money that is. That's not a reason to commit insurance fraud. You could just pay for it. Oh, kill me now. When you buy a date with your ex at a masked auction because you want to apologize to him, and then this happens. Now you want to talk after 10 effing years? Can you please give me a chance? He nods, so you push out the words even though he's glaring at you the entire time, and then he just gets up without a word and leaves. You're in the wrong here. It's been 10 years. Why are you forcing your time on him like this? Underhanded behavior, and I personally would not give you the time of day either. Like, no ma'am. No, ma'am. I don't care what your reason is. It's a no. It's a no. So that's it. That's all of the TikToks that I've seen recently that I screenshot and was like, I just can't believe this is how you're marketing your book, because I could not be less interested based on what you've shared. So let me know if you were entertained by this, if you want me to do this again, because the material is never ending. Again, so many great TikToks that make me super interested in a book, even if maybe the book itself doesn't turn out for me. Still, the TikToks sold me on it, but these were not that. So let me know what you thought about this. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.